Hey guys, Jacinta here with my review of The Lion King today, the 2019 version that's come out recently, obviously. So before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and yeah, we'll get started now. Okay, this version of The Lion King, I would say I'm probably not as fond of it as I should have been. Probably as I would have liked to have been, really. And there are a few reasons for that. Overall, I think the film was pretty good, like in that it followed kind of the original story and what happened, really. But as we know, this is a live action version. And what I didn't like, I don't think worked, was the fact that because it was a live action film, obviously the lions you couldn't see any expressions on their faces, and they weren't very emotional and all this. But when you had the lions talking, it kind of negated that in a way, and I just didn't connect with it in the ways that I think I should have. And also, it kind of took away from the original characters that we grew to love in the original film, like the Simba, and like Scar was so evil, and like especially Timon, Pumbaa, and Rafiki. Yeah, I felt like their characters were just not characters, if that made sense. And I know that is going to be expected for a live action film. But my main criticism of Disney is that they don't need to make a live action film remakes of every film that they've made. I think, like The Lion King, the original Lion King, is one of my favourite Disney films ever. I love it so much, and I was really kind of disappointed. I was really disappointed with this remake, and again, it's because of the whole emotion, their acting, and all this thing. I think maybe Disney just need to maybe shy away from remaking their films that have animals as the main characters, because obviously animals don't have much facial expressions. That's the main problem. Yeah, I just didn't think it was great. And also, there was, as I was saying earlier about the characters, I think especially Rafiki. In the original, Rafiki is one of my favourite characters, and he's so crazy, like he's batshit crazy. But in the film, we weren't getting that from him. We just had him come up and not say anything, and he was lifting up the baby Simba on the top of Pride Rock. And I was like, oh god, they've completely destroyed Rafiki's character. And I was like, but at the same time, I can kind of see why. You know, when he's all crazy with his, going around with his stick as well. They removed the scene of him hitting Simba in the head with the stick and knocking sense into him. And I loved that scene when I was younger. You remember when he was all talking about the past and how it can teach you things. I love that scene. And they completely cut that scene out of this remake, which I was really disappointed with. But then as I was watching, I was kind of thinking, you know, maybe it's the whole stick thing for a monkey to be going around with a stick whacking people. It's just not realistic. And I was like, okay, that's fair enough. But then at the end, when they were fighting the hyenas, Rafiki jumped in with his stick and started hitting the hyenas. And I was kind of like, why didn't they have him do that earlier as well then, if they're going to have it later? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I just thought it was very disappointing. And also, like, the original Lion King has so many great colour transitions, especially when they're bursting into song. Like, for example, the song I just can't wait to be king. There was so much colour that came with that, and the Pride Lands, and you know, I know it was an animated one and you can't really compare them, but I'm going to compare them anyway. is it didn't have that same sort of joyful vibe to it, as excited, young, joyful vibe that was in the original, because it was merely a singing voice that looked like it was coming from a line with no facial expressions, just like a normal line. And you might look at me and say, Jacinta, you're just bashing Disney remakes. And I'm kind of going to turn around and say, no, I'm not. Because if you have seen my review of the live action version of Aladdin, you will find that I really, really enjoyed that. And again, I think it was because it was a story about a boy who meets a princess who are both people and not animals. I just don't think that Disney should make any more live action ones about animals, because I just don't think they'll be able to pull it off to the same standard as the original film that they were based on. That is just my opinion. But yeah, that is just my opinion. But if you've seen the film, let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you agree with my review or not. Like, it was okay, but if you look at it in comparison to the original, it's nothing. That's just my take on it. So let me know if you agree with my review or not. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, because there'll be more film, TV, book reviews coming, and I would really appreciate the support, guys. So yeah, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time. Okay, bye guys!